All right, there we go. Welcome to It's Time Picks. Going to kick it off here with fight number one, Yasmin Yawagui versus Estela Nunez. Joey, what do you got? I know you're on Nunez and I'm not.
So for the longest time, I'm on Nunez. I'm still currently on her, but as for a drafting price, I don't know because I think it's going to be mainly a pure striking match. As experience factor, Nunez is the more experienced pure Muay Thai striker. But there's times after the 1.5 round mark, she does tend to slow down. But she mainly did slow down in her first two fights, mainly going against main wrestlers. But now that she's not going to have a pure wrestler in this matchup, she's going to be two strikers, one experience, one girl that's still undefeated on 9-0, still a good striker. But I think either way, I think this fight goes decision. It's going to be like a close decision.
I think so too. I think a lot of people are on Yasmin, and for good reason. You know, I wrote in my article that Nunez is a sharp striker. She is, but I don't think she's going to do enough to win a decision. And the person that's more likely to finish will be Yasmin. So I think that's the easy way to put it. And for me, it's a pass. You know, it's.
Oh yeah, I'm up.
Pass.
That's what I said.
I don't want either one of them. So, but my pick to win is Yasmin, and I'm going to stick with that.
If any bet happens during the fight goes decision. And if you want to pick a winner, pick a decision prop.
Absolutely. So that was a pretty easy one. The second one should be quite a bit of a banger. We got Marcelo Rojo and Francis Marshall, fresh off his Contender Series win. I think we're both in the same boat with Marshall. Now, there's a bit of a clash of styles in this one. Marshall's striking is still a work in progress. Rojo he's a brawler, man. He comes in swinging, he throws wild. But if Marshall takes this down to the mat, I think it's going to be all she wrote.
I easily agree with that. He is an improving striker. From what I saw in the Contender Series, he's a little bit bouncy, good hand movement for guard, clean striker, basic striker, decent power. But like I said, he gets his bread and butter in wrestling because he's a Jersey wrestler. He is going to control him. He might be able to, he's a decent submission person, but he might look for control more than sub in this fight, unless Rojo gives up his neck and then he'll snatch it. But I could see Marshall maybe a ground and pound finish, or I'll take a 3-round get up, takedown, hopefully a 6+ takedown type of fight for Marshall. And
like that is the majority of Rojo's fights end with a finish.
Yeah, even with that, he'll score well. To me, I don't want to. Like how I do my overall rankings for it, I look at price tags. Yeah, we do. But then I look at, okay, some of these price tags are deceiving. I don't want to say nobody's easy in the UFC, but this is almost like a, hey, Marshall, welcome to the UFC. We're going to get you your win, no matter if it's by finish or decision. I think he's definitely a lock for me for when it comes to fantasy. He'll be in every line.
Yeah, I think you have to have one side of this at DFS no matter what, because I don't think that it sees a decision. If it does, like you said, Marshall should be able to control him and get enough takedowns that he scores well in the decision. I don't think Rojo would score well in the decision, but any type of finish would definitely put both of them up there.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be that one. Next, we got Natan Levy and Genaro Valdez. And this is a tough one because this is another bit of clash of styles, at least when it comes to cardio. You know, Natan Levy, we already know what he's going to do. He wants to get down, wrestle, and control the whole time. Genaro Valdez is a first-round finisher. It's either going to be first-round bust for him. He's going to get that knockout, or he's going to get tired, and then he's going to get controlled the entire time.
Mm-hmm. So I completely agree with that. You know, the more dangerous is Valdez. He has good hands, good little power. Not the best power, but good power enough to where we've seen Levy get rocked, he gets hit. But one thing I can say about Levy, which he's currently in my pick, is mainly he'll stick to a game plan. Even though I know he grew up as a karate striker, he doesn't look too much for it. He looks for, okay, I'm going to throw my basic 1-2s, and then he's going to shit levels, go to his blast double, and he's going to try to do control before finish. But I have a feeling someone's going to get finished in this fight before that third round. Someone's going to get tired.
I can agree with that.
Either Levy gets some kind of submission or Valdez gets an early round 1 finish.
Absolutely. I took Valdez because I needed to, have a dog somewhere. I do have a little bit of confidence in him in that first round. After that, I have no confidence in him, but I'm banking on that first round finish for him.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I got to cross off the one fight we were actually looking to go freaking see. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Cortez and Ribas, they canceled, unfortunately. Hopefully we get to see that one because I was really looking forward to that. All right. Darren Elkins and Jonathan Pierce. I'm just going to say straight up, don't touch Elkins. Pierce is going to ragdoll him the entire time. He could finish him at any round. I personally and honestly feel that this is a setup fight for Pierce to get a numbered fight next.
How I think about this, like, is Elkins always live? Yes, but in this fight, I'm sorry, like, nothing against you. You know, your name is The Damage for a reason. You get damaged, and then I think his nickname's done. You get absolutely swatted by Club Swanson. None against Cobb, but that just shows, my durability is gone. I think, and what scares me about this fight, I think Pierce gonna win a striking fight. I hope it's not a striking fight. I hope, I'm gonna use my bread and butter. I'm gonna get my takedowns and I'm gonna beat the living piss out of you. But Pierce is automatically the side. You can go ahead and cross off Elkins. And then watch. I hope that's not gonna come back and bite me in my ass. But freaking, I'll be very shocked because Pierce is the real deal.
Oh, dude, Pierce is a stud. And you got to remember, he does have 9 knockout wins and 2 submission wins. He can win this fight anywhere. He can go to a decision and score 140 points. I mean, lock this fight in and call it a day.
And like I said, Pierce will easily be in my DraftKings. He's probably my favorite high price tag to pay up for.
Absolutely. Next fight, I know we agree with the pick, but you still have your little love for Michael Johnson. I think Michael Johnson is done.
I think I'll let you go first.
He ain't got it. I don't think he has anything left. I think it's going to be Jacasey's 3rd fight in a row where he comes out and just uses his wrestling, puts him down on the mat 3, 4, 5 times, control him the whole time, or, possibly ground and pound finish. Because, I don't think Michael Johnson has anything left. I think he's done, and I think it's about time for him to go home.
The only thing I'll say about Johnson, he is well-rounded. Yes, everyone's going to go back and look at his record, like a 12-14 UFC record, which that's gross, but he's fought the top guys. No one else wanted to fight the people. He's like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm going to fight him. He has good quality wins, ideally, but the time frame is going. But ideally, I think what's going to happen in this fight early, the Casey does take a little time to get started. I think the Casey's going to maybe work with his 1-2s, get the kicks going. Johnson's going to come forward his pressure, use his dirty boxing a little bit. And I just think I don't know if there's a finish necessarily, because there's times where DeCasey's IQ as a whole can be off. But I think DeCasey does get a decision. How well does it score? All depends on his IQ. If he decides, okay, I can take down Michael Johnson, which I think he could be able to, because Michael Johnson does get wild in exchanges. And he can just shoot a fucking double right underneath, boom, get some control time. I don't know about a 30-27, maybe a 29-28 all cross unanimous, but I think you're going to need a high control, high amount of takedowns for him to pay off the price. If you want to play cash, you're more of a cash guy than I am, but I think if you're playing cash, he might be somewhat safe, but you don't know what his overall ceiling is going to be with that price tag if he doesn't get a finish, but.
I fear you. I don't know. You look at Michael Johnson's last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights, and his only win is Alan Patrick. I mean, that tells you all you need to know right there.
People can say he got robbed against Malarkey. That fight was close, but
it was. I mean, there's a reason it was a split decision, but still, don't put yourself in a position where you can have that split decision. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Exactly.
I think Jacasey's just going to come out balling.
I just see a 3-round decision in that fight. Because, like I said, Johnson, even though he does get hit, he's an adorable guy. Only the last person I remember actually putting him out was Josh Emmett. And he was winning that fight until Emmett landed the haymaker from hell.
Fair enough.
Which I was at that fight.
All right. We got Holtzman and Guida. And I love this fight, man. Guida came out and said the other day he wants to lead the UFC in fights and takedowns. And I swear if he comes out and just takes Holtzman down, it's done. We already know Guida's got the cardio of a damn Energizer Bunny, man. He's going to come in. He's going to come in fast. And Holtzman hasn't fought in almost 2 years.
Yeah, because he took a layoff after those back-to-back KOs off of.
Yep. Which is smart. You know, it's the smart thing to do. But at the same time, he's now 39 coming off of both of those. Guida, what's he, 42 now? Whatever it is.
Up there.
And
I think he's like only a year older than Holtzman.
Oh, he's 40. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, he comes in every fight and he still looks fresh as can be. And I think he should be the favorite in this one, not Holtzman. I think they got it wrong. And Guida is a dog to lock in.
Like, ideally, I understand why Holtzman's the overall favorite. He's fought the tougher comp, the last 2 fights. He really didn't get his flow in. Dariush KO'd him early. And then, who's my old boy that just beat, who knows?
Gamrot.
Yeah, my boy Gamrot. But future champ, hopefully. But
I think so.
Yeah, he fought 2 guys. I wouldn't say Gamrot was the better striker in that fight, but Gamrot just came out aggressive. Didn't even give time Holtzman to do anything. But
yep.
The one thing I'll say is if Guida mixes his up, he wins the decision. He'll be a good pay down option, which I have him as a pay down. Not my lineup, but he's in my pool. Holtzman, if he keeps it on his feet, this fight could stay wild. I don't know if he's not going to finish Guida. I'm sorry. No, I don't know if people are going to finish Guida. It's been a while since he's even been finished. If he was to get finished by sub, but Holtzman doesn't really have a sub game, so I'm not really too concerned about that.
But I do got a hot take in this fight, and it's Clay Guida, first or second round rear naked choke.
Oh, I would love to see that. I love. I can't hate on that.
That's where I'm at on that one. I mean, Holtzman could win a decision if he's careful, but I think Guida's going to get this one.
Yeah, I would love that.
All right, we got Angela Hill, the most durable female fighter, I swear, against Emily Ducote. She is, absolutely. And I'm torn on this fight, and mainly because every fight that Angela Hill is in, it's close as hell, and I don't like that. I think this is going to be mainly a striking match unless Hill decides she wants to go for a takedown. She'd be smart too. But Ducote's going to have more volume. So, I mean, if it stays on the feet, she should get it. And Hill's going to have to mix in some clinch work and takedowns in order to take this fight.
The ideally thing is even crazy. Ducote's actually the better wrestler.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
She showed during her title stuff in Invicta, she has wrestling in her back pocket. And she has some mean power.
Yeah, I think it's all about, for her, it's going to be managing her cardio. Because Hill can go for 25 minutes without issue.
Yeah. I think it's like this. It wouldn't shock me if this fight is just a close decision. Hill will have her moments. Ducote will have hers. I wouldn't shock me if Ducote gets a takedown or 2, but Hill gets right back up, uses range, and this is a close decision. As for DraftKings, I think I'm not touching Hill. I'll cross Hill out. Ducote, I don't know.
Yeah, she could be that surprise pick. She could be that one that somehow makes the optimal, and nobody sees it coming.
I have her in my pool, but I don't currently have her in a line. But like I said, she has good volume. Hill's takedown defense is good, but I think if she's going to pay that off, she's going to need takedowns, control, ground and pound. But that's why I currently don't have her in my line.
I feel you. But yeah, no, I'm there with you. I got Ducote winning, and
yep.
I expect a close fight. I know we're going to disagree a little bit on this next one with Nico Price and Philip Rowe. We've talked about it a little bit. I do think Nico Price is going to be the one winning. He comes out hot. He comes out swinging, and that's going to be the difference maker here. If Phil comes out and he decides, oh, you know what, I'm going to take you down. All right, well, then Price might be in a little bit of trouble. But from what I've seen, he just does not have the highest fight IQ. He struggled in all of his UFC fights, and they've all been close. So I expect Price to come out hot, swinging, and find something early.
Like ideally on paper, I would say Rose the more like fluent, but Price the more wild. All depends on how their styles go. But I know Price had a layoff for almost 2 years, and I know he just got into that crazy storm weather in Florida. So who knows how much effect that put into his training. But from what I seen on the scale, he looked good. He looks ripped.
He looks ready to go, man.
I think this is a violence fight. I think this is going to be a potential violence fight. And I said, if Price starts out early and gets aggressive, there's a chance he wins in round 1. But not Hill. I was about to say, I don't know why I'm thinking about Jamal Hill. For me, I saw something about Jamal Hill. But Phil Rowe, he's a second round guy. He comes out of nowhere and says, "Look, I am a slow starter," which some of the matchups are going to come back and bite him on the ass because someone's going to bull rush him and he's going to get flatlined. Could it be Price with his wildness? Absolutely. It could be very much Price. That's why, as a whole, I had this matchup circled. Pick your side. Like, only thing is, I don't see Price shooting takedowns. He has takedown ability, but we really don't see it.
He fell in love with the knockout.
I'm fine with it. It's a crowd pleaser. But Rowe, he is the rangy guy. Does get hit, same as Price. Who hits harder? I would say definitely Price. Definitely. But who's the more like precise sniper? I think it's Rowe.
Oh, definitely. Rowe's definitely got the more technical.
Rowe is more slightly rounded. You know, he's the better BJJ game. Price has the slightly better wrestling. Rowe has sneaky wrestling, but his takedowns are sloppy as shit. But the only thing I'm worried about is if Price comes in, I think maybe he can get caught with a choke on his neck, maybe, but because of the long limbs of Rowe. But I think we're going to see a new version of Price. I think he's going to try to control himself a little bit, use his kicks. That's why I'm like concerned.
Oh, man, if he mixes kicks, it's done.
Yeah.
Just count Rowe out. It'll be over. Because Rowe's not going to, he's going to get caught up on those, and then he's going to take one of the dome, and it's going to be a flat line.
I say maybe pick your side on this one, but like, I'm not too sure what side I'll be on. Depends on how my lineup's going to look.
Yeah.
Because I kind of had a good amount of fights on the prelims.
Definitely think that you need to have at least some exposure to this fight somewhere, because this is going to be.
If you want to get different in GPP, if you think this fight's going to potentially be a decision, possibly, but it depends on what side of Price shows up. If Price decides to try to slow it and does clinch, it can be a decision, but it can get some leverage.
Goes into the clinch though, man. Watch those elbows.
Oh yeah.
All right, Eric Anders and Kyle Dawkins. I personally think that Anders is trash. He is too slow. The only thing he's going to have going for him in this fight is a knockout. Dawkins is going to either lay on the volume or put him on the mat and submit him. It's going to be one of those two. I don't think Anders has a chance.
This is where, like I said, we're going to agree to disagree on this one. So I'm sorry. Like, I'm not – anybody that does jiu-jitsu, don't take this to heart. Dawkins is a jiu-jitsu nerd. His boxing is barely mediocre. Decent volume. I'll give him credit for that. Decent volume. I'll give him that. No power at all. I'm sorry. One thing I don't get, your brother in heavyweight is a good boxer. Why the hell you can tell me if you get your hands right, different story. People are going to shoot on you, and then they come to your world for BJJ because his BJJ is slick as shit. But this is what I don't like. That's why I call him BJJ nerd. To me, I think it. Tell me where. Okay, tell me this. Who has better striking, Anders or Dawkins? Honestly, on some real shit.
Actual striking, if it were just straight up that, it'd be Anders.
Okay. Who has more power?
Anders.
Who's more athletic?
Dawkins. Absolutely. You can't say he's a BJJ nerd and not tell me that he's more athletic.
I don't know.
Anders is too slow. He's got one thing going for him and it's the
he has good power. He's an ex-football player.
But that's all he's going to have is the knockout. If he doesn't get the knockout, he's going to lose.
He has better wrestling. But if I'm him, I'm being careful with it because he saw what happened during his 2 fights ago against who was it, Muniz, where he damn near lost his arm.
Oh yeah, in the armbar.
He got robbed against that turtle dude. I thought he won that fight. Oh, Park.
Yeah, Park, yo.
Yeah, aka the turtle dude. I think he got robbed in that fight. I actually rewatched that fight this morning. I gave to Anders. He actually used good pressure takedowns. And one thing I've noticed with Dawkins, he struggles with guys who are stronger.
Man, there's no doubt.
Outpowered him. We're going to talk about the Elise later. Phil Halls, short, little, stocky power. Outpowered him. Anders, not as fast as neither one of the other two, but he has power and he's strong as shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a good chance I'm not going to touch the fight because I think Anders is a KO or bust, as you said, which I do agree with. And honestly, Dawkins needs some kind of either lucky trip or a jump on the back. So that's what I'm fading the fight. If it stays on the feet, it could be a slow decision to either one.
It's
I think
going to be
Dawkins
volume
could
versus
have.
power at that point,
Yeah.
but I think Dawkins gets it to the mat at some point and finishes it.
I'm not playing Dawkins in DraftKings, but
I probably won't either,
Exactly.
but or if I do, it'll be a light exposure. But yeah, I think Dawkins ends up with that submission.
I just don't trust his chin.
You know he's only been knocked out once, right?
Huh?
You know he's only been knocked out once, right? And that was against
Dolidze flatlined the shit
yeah,
out of him.
but Dolidze is knocking everybody out, including.
And I've been on that Dolidze train the whole time.
Next fight.
Boom.
That's, speaking of him, that is the next fight, Jack Hermanson versus Roman Dolidze. And, Hermanson came out last fight and he looked like his normal self. He controlled the whole fight. He definitely had the volume going against Chris Curtis, but I didn't really think Chris Curtis was much of anything to begin with. He got a couple of good knockout wins, but I think Hermanson is either going to get his head knocked off or he is going to control this fight on the mat. And I think that's the only way he wins. Because if you're going to get into a striking match with Dolidze, you may as well just go to bed.
So before I actually did my research, I've been on the Dolidze train since he got into UFC. That's my dude. He has the power, but here's the thing: he's also an Olympic grappler and wrestler. Grappling.
We talk about how hot his girlfriend is too.
Hi, Cheyenne. But hey, he's lit. He's winning in life right now, and he did get robbed against Trevin Giles. I thought he won that fight. He should still be undefeated.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, I think he found a home at 185. His power scary as shit. Very good grappling. And a lot of people were like, okay, is he going to grapple against Halls? No, Halls wrestling. You saw in the fight, he actually popped out Halls' knee. Didn't even go near him. He's like, yo, are you good? Yo, I don't know. The ref told him to go. He's like, oh, I don't really want to, but okay, whatever. But he gets a hold of limbs. You can tell by Halls, he's going to make something snap. But to me, this is either Dolidze or pass, mainly due to the fact of, for one, Dolidze is the better grappler. I think he's a better grappler. Is Hermanson live for grappling? Yes, easily. If Dolidze shoots a bad shot, leaves a neck, easy. Boom. But one thing I could see in this fight, yes, Dolidze is more power, but Jack is more combos, fluent with the striking. It wouldn't be shocked if it's more of a hit move type of striking match and try to circle and make it a boring fight. That's why I say I'm slightly on Dolidze, but I'm also not away from possibly fading the fight.
That's fair.
Especially with Dolidze being on short notice.
Dolidze, that's the one thing that does worry me. But Dolidze, he's already proven that he loves being the dog, and I think he's going to do it again. Because at this point, I'm going to keep riding him until he can't do it no more. And I don't think Hermanson is going to want to strike with him, and I think he's going to try.
At least for volume, but I think he's going to hit and move if he's smart.
Yeah. All right, so next fight we got here, Bam Bam and Sergey Pavlovich. I think Tuivasa is going to struggle with this one. Pavlovich has ridiculously long reach. He's fast. He comes out hot. And I think it's going to be another first round finish for the big guy.
Yeah, we really don't need to talk about this fight too long. But the only thing I can say is, as the words of drowning pool, let the bodies hit the floor. Somebody's hitting the fucking floor.
Absolutely. And it'll probably be in the first round.
I know apparently Tuivasa has never been finished in round one, but I'm sorry, you haven't fought the power of what Pavlovich has. Like, none against Gon. He's more precise, not too much power, but as I told you before, I think there's a chance Tuivasa is going to come in with a lazy shot, and Pavlovich is going to hit him with a mean counter, and there's a chance Tuivasa might go face down, ass up. I hope I'm wrong on that one, but ideally, I think Pavlovich is the side.
Have you seen the difference in reach length?
It's pure craziness.
Tuivasa has 75 and Pavlovich is 84.
Jeez,
I mean, that's just nuts. I mean, they're pretty much the same height too. That tells you how small Tuivasa's reach is. I think Pavlovich comes out again and just stops him flat out. First round, goodbye.
Yeah, I feel bad. Sorry, Tom. He's going to experience a real bad knockout. I think he came back too early.
Oh, absolutely. It's only 2 months removed from that
Yeah,
knockout. They need to start putting a restriction on that, but that's not up to me.
They try to say that it wasn't too bad, it was more of a TKO, but I'm
Any of
sorry,
those
you get your head
knockouts.
bounced off the floor off a ground and pound punch. To
Well,
me,
and
you
it's
usually be out 5 to 6 months.
on top of all the volume that he took beforehand. I mean, he already looked exhausted before then. And now he's going against a guy with more power than Gane. And
Only thing he's gonna have to worry about is punches, though. Like that's all Pavlovich is really gonna throw is just insane powered, and
he's fast.
Ty has a chance. Yeah, if Ty's gonna have a chance, you better get those leg kicks going early.
Yeah,
circle leg kick.
Yeah, so I'm definitely on Pavlovich. I've got him locked in just about everywhere. So
yeah.
All right, a fight that I'm completely torn on. Matthias Nicolau and Matt Schnell. My article, I kind of made it. I said that the fight odds should be closer. They're both dangerous fighters. Nicolau is going to have a huge advantage on the feet. Schnell is absolutely the better grappler. It's just he's lazy with his defense, and if he gets popped one too many times, he's been wobbled in just about every fight that he's been in. So if his defense doesn't improve, he's going to get knocked out. If he actually has some decent striking defense in this one, he could easily win the upset here.
Like ideally, I say that Nicolau's the better, striker. Neither one got the best power, but Nicolau's the better striker. To Schnell's better counter striking, where he just bounces on his feet, waits for a lead left or right to come in. But this is where I think the advantage will happen. I do give Nicolau the better wrestling advantage. He's good changing levels off his shots, but he has to be careful because Schnell is live he's underrated submission. A better counter striker, but underrated submission. And he showed in his last fight where he was getting beat up and he came out of nowhere, turned the switch on, and he came back and had one of the craziest comebacks of the year so far.
Yeah, all he's got to do is grab that neck. I mean, I'm pretty sure his last one against Mudahari is still top 5 for finishes of the year or fights of the year, whatever it is, because
that fight was just nuts.
So I mean, he can come out and do it again. He's live at any point in the fight, and as long as he doesn't get rattled, man, he could easily take this.
Like people are gonna say that, he didn't look too good on the scale. Okay, only thing the man had to do was shave his head, shave his chest hair, and he made 126. But
easy as that.
I don't agree with the odds in this fight. I think it could be, if no one gets finished, it's going to be a competitive decision.
Absolutely.
I'd say, I don't know if Nicolau pays off a 9.4 at a competitive decision. I think he needs a finish.
I don't think he pays off in a decision at all, because he's not much of a finisher, especially in the UFC. He goes to the decision. He doesn't throw enough volume. He doesn't shoot for takedowns. So in a decision win, he ain't going to score crap. So I would
He'd be lucky to score maybe like 70.
For me, this is a dog or pass, and Schnell's definitely in my live dog pool.
Yep, I agree with that.
All right. Oh man, Barberena and RDA. Let me tell you, man, Barberena is going to come out hot. He's going to come out kicking and swinging and doing everything that he can to take this fight. Because that dude is tough as nails. He's got an iron chin, and all he's going to do is just sit there and fight and fight and fight. And if RDA is going to turn this into a striking match, he is going to be dumb. Just dumb. He needs to get this fight to the mat. He needs to get the neck. He needs to keep him on the ground, because I don't think he can win a striking match anymore.
And that's what scares me, because there's times RDA's IQ's been down. Yeah, people are like, he fought some of the top guys at 170. But even him, he got late TKO'd by Fiziev. It wasn't as bad as the Tuivasa one per se, but he got clipped pretty damn good. And one thing I always I know you said that Dos Anjos is the pick, but Barberena's live. I told you that line is so bullshit.
It is. RDA is way too much of a favorite.
He is.
Anybody out there doing betting picks, do not use RDA in a parlay. Don't do it.
Because he could be the apple pie shitter in the fucking parlay. If his IQ doesn't show, Barberena is going to come in there with his mouthpiece biting down, and he is going to swing. And That's another reason why I have Barberina in my live pool. Am I going to have him in a line? There's a good chance I may have him in a line. Am I going to be scared shitless during that fight? Absolutely.
You
But
gotta wait to the end of the night.
But the only thing I'll say about that, he will fight for your money. And he's on a win streak. He's looking good. He's showing that he has some takedowns here and there, but he's not. He's a lot younger. He's not more athletic per se, but he's just come out there. Look, I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna brawl. The only way I'm gonna lose is you got to put me to sleep.
Well, he did lose a decision to Jason Witt, but we won't talk about that one.
Yeah, Witt was pretty much. He's the professional blanket.
He just held it exactly. He was a blanket the entire time. The fact that he couldn't hit his chin is kind of worrisome, but
But ever since that fight, he switched changed and he was just brawling everybody.
I mean, he beat Darian Weeks. Weeks is a pretty good wrestler. Matt Brown's a good wrestler. Robbie Lawler's just old as hell and shouldn't be fighting anymore.
Robbie Lawler's still a baller.
So Barberena is definitely live. I mean, he's got all the tools to win this fight, and it really just going to depend on which RDA shows up.
I'm considering Barberena in. I'll tell you right now, he is a big consideration in big field GPPs. There's a good chance I'll have him in a line or two. Probably,
and you'd probably be stupid not to.
Live is, to me, he's one of the more live dogs in the fucking card. Mainly due to his fight style, because RDA sucks against pressure. And he's undersized 170.
Definitely. All right, the main event: Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Kevin Trailblazer Holland. Man, am I excited for this fight. Part of me does worry. Kevin Holland has kind of struggled in main events at times because he likes to chat, and talk. And if he's going to do that against Thompson, he's going to get just cut down. Thompson is definitely and easily the better striker. He's fought, it was 2 wrestlers in a row. He struggled really bad. People are obviously down on him. He's still an excellent fighter. He is a phenomenal striker. Don't forget it. He's going to come in. He's going to kick out Holland's legs. He is going to chop at them the entire time. He's going to get his striking going. The first 2 rounds I expect to be kind of slow. 3, 4, and 5. If he's still in it, Holland is going to be screwed unless he gets takedowns.
And Holland's not the best overall takedown guy. He's more like, if he gets a clinch, he can maybe pull guard. But one thing Holland does have, which he's going to have the time, because Holland and Thompson's going to go in and out with his 1-2s, throw his leg kicks. He's going to have the time, that lead hand. Because Holland does have that one touch. Oh, shit.
He's got that power and he's got that counter. He's definitely a good counter striker. You can bet your ass that Thompson's going to expect it. And I think it's going to be a lot of leg kicks those first 2 rounds until he wears Holland down. He hurts that lead leg on Holland, and Holland's going to be done.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's what he's going to aim to do. I think he's going to come in the first 2 rounds. He's going to take out that front leg. Holland can't put pressure on it at that point. 3, 4, and 5. It's just going to be bang, 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 100 strikes here. Another 50 in the last whatever, and that's going to be all she wrote.
I think if it's a finish, it's from Holland. I don't know about Thompson, but the only thing I can say about this, Thompson does well against strikers. Jeff Neal looked good. Luke Gay, he pieced up Luke Gay, very good.
Yeah, and we already know how good of a fighter he is.
Mm-hmm. But I think currently my pick's probably Thompson at the moment.
That's so I took my my article, and that's who I'm sticking with. Holland, I think he's got a little more work to do. I think he's going to be better against somebody that is not quite efficient as striking. And if he comes out yapping his mouth, I think it's going to be a mistake.
I'm considering. I'm gonna see how my line looks. If I may try to get Thompson in, especially because he's gonna have a volume with kicks. Only thing is, I don't know about punches because Holland is the taller striker. But I think it's just going to be kicks.
Yeah, until he cuts him down.
Yeah, but if it's a decision, I don't know, because I do like some other potential dogs to potentially score better. But
it's hard to say. In a 5-round fight, I mean, he's what? I think he's 76 or 7,700.
7,700.
He only needs 90 to, smash value. So that's
possible.
So, I mean, it should be pretty easy for him to hit. I'm riding with Thompson. I think he's going to chop down at Holland's legs, and it's going to be done. This decision will be easy.
I got something for you. I got a lot of hate for saying this in another chat.
Uh-oh.
It's not good. if you look at some of the opponents, I think slightly, not by much. I think Holland is slightly overrated. That's just me.
He is overrated. He gets places because of his mouth. And you know, it's funny. So he's fought, I think, 11 times since April of last year or something like that. And he came out the other day, he said that when he saw his remarks on retiring, he said that he wanted to stay retired because he was tired of not being, or the favoritism from, the top. And I was like, dude, you fought how many times? What favoritism are you talking about?
16 times, 10-5-1.
So I don't understand it, but it's whatever. I do think he is also overrated. I don't think he is much of anything outside of a talker. So that's where I'm at.
Yep.
And I'm with Thompson. I want Wonder Boy to get back in that win column before he.
I would love it. I don't know if he gets another title run, but if they give him strikers, he has a chance. But if you're just going to feed him to grapplers and wrestlers, and just let him go to Bellator.
Yep, I agree. So before we get off here, what's your favorite dog and what's your favorite?
Ooh, I'll go with my favorite. And
that's easy. Mine's Pierce all day. There's no doubt about it.
I'm gonna try to get different on this one. I'm gonna go Marshall. I think he ragdolls the living hell out of Rojo.
You better hope that he does, because if he doesn't, he ain't gonna pay off anything.
I'm talking about he's good. Look, Rojo is the better power striker. Marshall has decent, basic boxing. His cardio is good as hell. He showed that in his last fight. He doesn't tire, but he is a relentless chain wrestler. I think there's a chance he gets 5-6 takedowns, right, and there's a good chance of a finish.
Fair enough. All right, what's your favorite dog?
You go first on that one.
That is definitely tough. I mean, I do like Holland. I like Thompson. Man,
it's tough for me though. I'm on a couple people.
I mean, if it were a first round finish, it's definitely Valdez, and I'm going to stick with that. But I think I'm actually going to go with Guida.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going to go with that. My hot take was for Guida this week for that RNC, and I'm going to stick with it.
So depending on how the fight goes, I'm between two fighters, and either one of these fighters helped you get to whoever the hell you want.
Barberena.
Look, it's between Barberena. Look, I like Nunes, but Nunes to me, I think is a better striker, but especially experience-wise. But like I said, Barberena fights for your money, man. Nunes, only thing I'm scared about, like I said, she does have the experience in overall Muay Thai, a 50-4 record for crying out loud, while her opponent's only 23, really hasn't fought nobody, and she finally gets a striker. But I don't know. I want to ride the train of Barberena mainly due to the fact he's been the hotter fighter. He hasn't fought the same competition, but only thing is Nunes after a round and a half, who knows how her cardio is going to look, and that scares me. But Barberena, I'm out. I don't need to worry about cardio.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Barberena.
All right, I like it. What's last thing before we get off here? Give me a hot take.
Ooh, okay.
Not a dog or a favorite, but a hot take. I
Mm,
already told you mine. I got Clay Guida RNC 1 or 2.
okay. After this fight, Kevin Holland retires again.
Ooh, I like that. Hopefully he stays retired this time though.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next time.